So the next episode of Star Trek, The Next Generation, is called The Schizoid Man. So I believe they're in Data's quarters, and Data has tried on a new beard, and everyone comes and laughs at him. So in the very next scene, he no longer has the beard. And they go down to a planet with Dr. Solar, who is a Vulcan, and they have there's an old man and his wife, no, not his wife, his assistant, who's much younger than him. She's this cute little blonde lady, and this very elderly man who is very sick. And he says to Data, "Hey, Data, I knew your father. I was the father of his work, so I guess that makes me your grandfather." Ha ha ha! Well, and Data's like kind of weirded out by him. He's like, "You're not my grandpa, and you're kind of creeping me out right now." He doesn't say that. He says that with sort of a look. And the next thing that happens is Data comes in because he was alone with this old guy. And he comes in and he's like, "Yeah, that guy just died in my arms." And he had this technology to transfer his brain into a computer. And so what he actually did was transfer his brain into Data. So he's like pretending to be Data on the down low. He's like, so they have like a funeral for the old guy. He's in on the transporter in a coffin, like a space coffin, and they're like, Data starts giving this ridiculous eulogy. He's saying like, to know him was to love him, and Picard's like, "Okay, Data, shut up. You didn't even know this guy, so kill it." And he's like, "What? I was just..." So they're in 10 forward, or the blonde assistant is in 10 forward, and they come, and she's like, the assistant's in 10 forward, and Data the old guy comes, and he says, "Hey, it's me, old guy. I know I could never be your lover because I was too super old, but now I am young and vibrant and a cool android with a sexy time program. So we can be in love." And he holds her hands, and he holds them so hard he hurts her. So he leaves and goes to the engineering. And he goes to engineering and I don't know, punches people randomly, and then he goes up to the top of the balcony in engineering, with a balcony that's on the top of the warp drive. And Picard comes, and by this time it's pretty obvious to everyone that he is not Data. He is actually this old guy. And Picard's like, "Hey, I know you're the super old guy and not Data. And also, you hurt some people here. That was not very nice." And he was like, "That was an accident. It's all accident. I didn't do it on purpose." And Picard's like, "You gotta give Data back. He's a valuable member of my crew, and he's a super nice guy, and Data's awesome." And the old guy is like, no, I am not going to do that, because he's just an android and not a real person, and I'm a real person, and I deserve to be alive. And Picard's like, "No, you already lived a life, so you should stop it now and let Data be alive." And then he calls the sickbay, Picard does, and says, "Hey, how's that blonde lady that he likes so much. And Dr. Crusher is like, yeah, or no, not Dr. Crusher. Dr. Crusher's head of Starfleet Medical. Dr. Pulaski says her wrist is broken in 3 places, and whoever did this must be a bad, bad guy. And I think Dr. Graves, that's his name, Dr. Ira Graves. What happens to him? He eventually gives Data back, I think. I don't think that I think he just decides. I'm going to go with, yeah, he searches his soul and he finds his true feelings and he gives Data back. And then when they're looking after, the blonde lady's looking and she's like, oh, he put himself in the computer! How sweet! So he's not like in the computer like his personality, but all his intelligence, all his knowledge goes right into the computer for us to never hear about again. And that is the end of The Schizoid Man. Bye!